Hello, everyone! Blue Star Saber here once again to discuss One Piece, and this time I'll be discussing One Piece chapter 1028. This should have been done about 2 weeks ago, but I've been delaying it, and now I've here, let's see, before the next chapter unofficially comes out tomorrow, all that stuff, or technically today in UK time, but yeah. So yeah, a late review on chapter 1028. So yeah, I'm doing this now before I get really behind and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyway, before we begin the chapter, I just want to comment about the double-colored spread. It appears we have Nami and Usopp playing video games against each other in a sort of like Super Smash Ritzy parody and all this stuff, where we see even Nami possibly controlling Luffy against Usopp, who's possibly controlling Frankie, but Luffy is like a character from Street Fighter from the looks of things, while Frankie looks like he's Donkey Kong. I can't tell who's who with all the One Piece characters, but I can at least tell that Zoro is supposed to probably be based on Zelda. I mean Link, my mistake there. Sorry. And Jinbei as Mario. As for the rest of the Straw Hats, I don't know, but Nico Robin's some Devil Lady. Brook is some purple-haired king. Let's see, Sanji is some some shooter guy, and Chopper appears to be some sort of like orange dinosaur. But yeah, it's a pretty fun cover with the video game aesthetics and that stuff, and I do like the gaming chairs that both of them are wearing, and Usopp has got his food with him on front and all that stuff. I do like the colorful designs of each one, and of course, Aura would be like Link and all that stuff. But yeah, let's see, I believe. Let's see, the title bit there says "This is your story," but I don't think that's like the actual title of the chapter. But oh yeah, here's the actual one in chapter 128. Brachiosaurus snakus. Sorry if I mispronounced that wrong, but yeah. Anyway, actually, beginning of the actual chapter. Anyway, we start off with the guest poll inside the castle where someone's asking whether or not someone is lying and all that stuff. That with someone reporting how there's a second dragon to possibly saying to the person who's at least accusing him of lying, I believe, saying how there's a second dragon here and that it's as they all saw it. And it must be the devil fruit that, Vegapunk created, as it was flying with Straw Hat Luffy, and it was Kaido's enemy and all that stuff. With the person he was talking to on the Den Den mission, as it was revealed that it appears to be the main CP0 leader, the one at least the one that's one of the high authority ones, as he ends up being the one that led like the CPO to Dressrosa, and then he on Wano and that stuff. The bearded mask one and all that stuff. The guy on the Mushi saying, let's see, they want the pirates. It doesn't matter either way. It sounds good either way, as they want the pirates to, destroy each other. So, the CP0 leaders end up asking why you're calling me, as he tells them, as the person on the Mushi is saying that they have orders from above on the chance that Kaido actually is defeated. That they need to and we see from the next panel a bunch of world government ships saying that the nation of Wano, that has been unaffiliated with the world government, will be placed under the government's direct control and that stuff. With ships heading to patrol, ships heading there just to see if that can happen. Beers ask if that seems possible and that stuff. Let's see. Well, the CP the leader of the CP0 is saying that it doesn't really matter in the end, due to the fact that both sides are pirates, really. But he said, as we end up getting a scoreboard of like the current stats of like the battle, where the battle is starting from, where it's a start of 30,000 against 5,400, and it's now 12,000 versus 8,000. I think that both sides have lost 1,000, I think. Let me just check the wiki and all that stuff. Let's see. Apparently, I'm trying to find out where the forces are. Full beast form is shown. I can't recall when the last time the I don't know. I think it was chapter. Let's see. Hold on. Let me try and find if I can find. Let's see. Let me just see if I can find this quickly. I think it was One Piece. Oh yeah, Jinbei versus who? I think. Wait. So yeah. Oh yeah, it was. Let's see. 16,000 versus 9,000. So and it's now 12,000 versus 8,000. So it seems the Beast Pirates have lost 4,000 more troops, while the Straw Hat, while the Ninja Mink Samurai Alliance has lost 1,000 and all that stuff. So yeah, the Beast Pirates are getting more and more casualties as the Beast Pirates are now outnumbering the Alliance by 3-2 and all that stuff. So yeah, the numbers of over time have now gone massively evened, as we can see, as now the Beast Pirates only have an extra third more and the Straw Hats side and all that stuff. Anyway, the guy goes on about how it's fascinating battle that he met, but he just can't see Kaido losing all that stuff, and it's revealed that the person he's talking to is none other than Rob Lucci, who thinks the same case. He also tells them that they also have one more order, as we see Kaku and Stila, I think her name is. Let me just type up the wiki on. Let's see. Cypherpole 0. Stussy, yeah, and also Haitu, the pigeon, is also there. Let's see. I can't quite see him. Oh yeah, it's the next page. Let's see. But yeah, on the first translation thing, but yeah. So they have one more mission, and it's about a member of the Straw Hat crew. Is that they need to bring back Nico Robin. So it looks like Rob Lucci is trying to continue his mission from CP9 due to the fact that since Robin can read the polyglyphs and all that stuff. As we get like a reintroduction of Rob Lucci in the sort of like way One Piece does it. As he says that no matter which way the battle goes, the woman's existence is the key to the forces of piracy and all that stuff, due to the fact that she's the only one that can read the polyglyphs and, find the One Piece, if you will. Let's see. As we see Nico Robin and Etsy no longer unconscious and is fighting alongside Brock as they're mowing down some beast pirates who are trying to capture her alive and all that stuff. With the CP0 agent saying that yes, it will be done, which might imply that, well, the Straw Hats might just get some new opponents to face within the ranks of CP0 and all that stuff. So who knows? Perhaps Brock might get another chance of shining against a particular opponent, but we have to wait and see in that part. Let's see. But anyway, Robin is commenting about how it's good to have Brock around him, with him being flattered by the compliment and all that stuff. But anyway, we cut to Onigashima above Wano, with Yamato, with like Momo saying how he can't make clouds, and apparently we only have the time limit of 5 minutes left before the Flower Capital, before it lands on the Flower Capital and all that stuff. With Momosuke telling her that to not leave her, don't leave him and all that stuff, as he can't make clouds. With Yamato telling him not to, well, actually Momosuke saying like, no, stop, do not whine about it, Momosuke, to himself. Anyway, Yamato says that he believes that Momosuke can do it, but let's see. No, it's actually more of him going back and forth of whether or not he can do it. But anyway, we see that Momosuke has managed to summon 3 flame clouds and all that stuff. Let's see. As he commented to himself how countless people will die and all that stuff. I probably took longer to describe that than I should have. Anyway, we see that Yamato has changed into her hybrid form, climbing up to the top of Onigashima, saying how, as we see like a panel of like it above the city, close to the capital and all that stuff, how she can't let it fall in the city. As it reveals a flashback of her telling him how he's going back to the Skull Dome to find all the bombs and deactivate them or get rid of them and all that stuff. Let's see. In order to try and keep the damage to a minimum, to from complete disaster and all that stuff. Let's see. So yeah, she's going to try and get rid of them and all that stuff in order to prevent them much more destructive. Because if it does land, regardless, it'll cause a mass with those bombs on it. It'll cause a massive explosion. All that stuff. As we see her leaving, and see her leaving, and with Mamoska saying, "Don't leave him," and all that stuff. Anyway, she's turned into a full-on, her devil fruit dog wolf form, if you will, and she seems to have encountered members of the Heart Pirates. I'm not sure if this was all. I think these are the same ones that were down on the ground with I'm not sure these are the same ones that are down on the ground with Luffy there and Karibo, but if they are, it's like, okay, because I see one of them as big as Jean Bart, maybe, but if that's the case, I guess I should be glad that they have arrived on top of the island and they're joining on the fight, I guess, but yeah. So anyway, we cut back to the performance floor inside the dome, with Sanji continuing his fight, against Queen, and I think the phrase "flying pan" has been, full out, but I can't tell if that's Queen's attack or Sanji's attack there. Anyway, if Sanji commenting about how heavy Queen's mechanical arms there, Queen's asking, after trying to slash him with his sword to show him like the Gemma 66 suit. However, as he sends Sanji flying, with Appa showing concern, as Queen knows that Sanji used the battle suit against King earlier, and he noticed how it made him disappear, as it realized that was Judge's science and all that stuff. With Sanji thinking to himself, something is definitely wrong with his body. With once again Queen commenting on like, "Put on your suit," and he's saying like, "I'm not doing that." He doesn't want to wear the suit's family and don't mention his family name and all that stuff, as he doesn't want to be associated with them. But anyway, Queen attacks with a coffee beam. That's kind of silly. It's a sort of lame as a beam from his, I think, hair tail, I think. I could be wrong, or that's that. No, I think it might be his Brachiosaurus' main tail. However, Sanji dodges and then uses an attack called Brian Cut Grill Shot. Let's see, a lot of food references in this fight, to be honest, but yeah. Anyway, Queen, transforms into his sort of like fully on Brachiosaurus mode as he goes like, as Sanji is commenting about how there's got to be a better way to break through this dino toughness. Well, with King saying that this organic kick of Sanji's is pretty good on that stuff, and then he says how he plans to smash him. Then let me stash the mechanics and show you the pure dino terror, if you will. I think what Queen's trying to say is let him show you the true power of his devil fruit. As he goes on about how dinosaurs ruled the world, millions of years, and it says he tells him to witness the war power of the king. With the members of the Beast Pirates commenting about how this is the true power of the ancients, as we see Queen, sort of like putting his neck forward and tail, forward in a straight line, as his tail ends up hitting a building, and he ends up using this mode of Brachiosnacus, and his neck and tail come flying out of his body with like members of the Alliance, going like, "What? Is that how it works?" No, I'm pretty certain in Japanese translation it's probably Anyway, those are the faces we see: Izo, Marco, Karamatsu, Chopper, and Yakusu, from what I can tell, Hyogyo, Amashu, Yatapi, and Susanoo, I think. As those are on what I can see on the Wikipedia page and all that stuff. I'm reading for just to remember the names and all that stuff. But yeah, they all pretty much shocked by just how ridiculous this is. This is probably my favorite part of the chapter. Anyway, he comes, let's see, flying as like a snake mode. Queen comes flying in a snake drone towards Sanji, who's also doing the what? Or as he goes like, this is the true power of his, like, let's see, Brachiosaurus can do. With Sanji coming like, how does this work? Oh, he has no idea. Anyway, he goes on about how Queen goes on about how not a single person has escaped from the clutches of the Brachiosaurus collar. With it, let's see, with their samurai commenting, worried about Sanji. Then he, as Queen goes on about how he can even squeeze colors of Master Haki and all that stuff. With people worried that it's going to be crushed to death. Let's see there. Let's see, but anyway. With Queen mocking about how Sanji's not putting up much of a fight despite being Judge's son. But he tells them, if you show him the power of Germa, I could give you a little breather. Now Sanji's like, never! Anyway, as we see, let's see, Queen's let's see, tells him to look at his, like, Brachiosaurus body of the leftover and all that stuff. It says it about he'd be as useless as leg on snakes, but due to his being a scientist, he's managed to equip the Brachio launchers onto his torso. If he calls out their name, they'll shoot right at as he's saying it, but as he says it, they end up shooting at him. His own weapons are firing at him, and he's getting annoyed, telling his body that, you idiot, I said only using, you're only supposed to do that when I say when he calls out Brachio launchers like an attack. Not right now, but he gets attacked again. So yeah, Queen's been damaged by his own attack thing. Let's see, it breaks free of, like, but this allows Sanji to break free from, like, his grip and all that stuff. With Chopper wondering if Sanji's alright, but anyway. Sanji, as we see Sanji get up, but he looks all broken in the thing, like his leg is all twisted, his neck is out of place, and his chest is twisted to the side a bit, and something wrong with his necks. With Chopper commenting, he looks like he's turned into a zombie, where every bone in Sanji's bones are broken. But then next page, we see that he's been fully recovered and all that stuff. As Sanji is wondering if he's waking up his Lenten powers like his siblings are. Anyway, Queen tries to attack him in his hybrid form again, using his sword. Charmy saying that, look behind him and all that stuff, but as Queen slices with his sword, it breaks. With Sanji commenting about how this sucks, as he doesn't want to be like his sibling, he doesn't want to be a monster like his siblings. With Queen shocked, and that ends the chapter. Okay, first off, where to begin? CP0, or, well, first, I guess, the numbers. Let's see, I've kind of made a bit of comments, but yeah. I do like how we got an update on the battle numbers. Let's see, we've got Olga showing the start of the battle, and now where it is at the moment, with, like, 30,000 versus 5,400, with now 12,000 versus 8,000, as we see the numbers closely getting even and even on the things, with, like, with both sides still losing casualties, but from what I looked from last time, let's see, the Straw Hat side has lost 1,000, while the Beast Pirates have lost 4,000. So for every casualty the Straw Hat side get, the Beast Pirates are losing 4 more and all that stuff. So, yeah, the battle gets fairly evenly close and all that stuff, but yeah. Anyway, I do like how we get to finally see the CP0 and the world government, let's see, discussing with each other about the current situation, and that the world government is trying to make their move, and the fact that, let's see, that the world government has 2, let's see, orders to carry out depending on the outcome of the battle. The first one is depending on if Kaido wins or loses, and if he loses, the world government will come in and try and claim Wano and make it a part of the world government, if you will. Since I think they finally decided that Wano has been independent for too long, and its influence is becoming too much of its independent influence is becoming too broadly and all that stuff. So now they're taking action and all, you will. So they're going to try. So we got one way or another. They're going to force their will on the country if Kaido loses and all that stuff, because that's probably the only reason why they haven't tried to do it now. Granted, so it probably means that it's very possible that once the Straw Hats defeat the Beast Pirates, they may have to now completely, and the Samurai, they may have to get a new battle with like an entering world government, as you will, but that remains to be seen and all that stuff. We have yet to see what happens. So yeah, but which would be probably a bit of a bad side on the Straw Hat side, because they'll probably all be tired out from fighting the Beast Pirates and all that stuff. And all that stuff, though, granted, let's see. The CP0 cannot think that Kaido losing, and one among them is, of course, Rob Lucci, as we see Rob Lucci, Kakuku, and Stussy from, like, who were there protecting St. Charlos back in the Levely arc and all that stuff, now here and all that stuff. I do find it interesting how Rob Lucci doesn't think Luffy can beat Kaido, despite the fact that, let's see, he of all people should know not to underestimate Straw Hat Luffy, given how it was once at a point of time when he was considered unbeatable for the world government, or like their best assassin, but then Straw Hat Luffy was able to best him and all that stuff. So yeah, so who knows? It looks like he hasn't really learned his lesson and all that stuff, but I could be wrong, but who knows? Perhaps to make a comment. Let's see if Luffy ends up losing and all, if Luffy ends up winning and all that stuff, but yeah. But who knows? I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to get a Luffy versus Rob Lucci rematch fight in Wano, but this is clearly going to be something that the Samurai are going to have to deal with once they, defeat Kaido and all that stuff. And it's clear, since the Etsy Samurai have allied with the Straw Hats, they probably don't really have any intention of joining, let's see, the world government and all that stuff. So yeah, it'll be very interesting, and then pretty certain Luffy might try and declare Wano as his territory and all that stuff, but we have yet to see and all that stuff. But yeah. And the second one is the fact that they want to try and capture Nico Robin, because, well, like I said earlier, let's see, since she's the key existence to the forces of piracy, due to the fact that, she can read the polyglyphs, so she can, discover the world government's secrets and lead let's see, pirates to the One Piece and that stuff. So they're going to try and capture her. So who knows? So we might end up. So if we do end up getting so who knows? Even though I said I'm not going to think we're going to get like a Luffy versus Rob Lucci rematch, I definitely can see the Straw Hats possibly trying to, let's see, protect Nico Robin. I don't think try and fight some of the CP0 to try and protect Nico Robin. Granted, I don't think Robin's going to get captured by the world government again and all that stuff, because I don't think Oda will repeat that and all that stuff, though. Who knows? I could be wrong. But yeah. But yeah, it's very interesting. But I do like that Robin's now up about again, and she's continuing to work together with Brock. So I do like how these two are interacting, as I don't think they've really seen much interaction between the two until this arc, really. So it's nice to see. I mean, I know that when they met a bit, and Brock when Brock first met her, he was asking to, show her, her undergarments, if you will. Which, of course, she did. Of course, Nami was the one that was reacting more negatively to that. But then the other thing I can remember of Nico Robin reacting to, Brock, was the fact that he did one of his silly jokes and she wasn't having it because she was trying to find important information at that time during Thriller Bark. So there's that. Other than that, the two haven't really interacted much, though. Granted, along with Frankie, they tried to prevent the Samurai from entering Zoro, so that was the only other thing I can think of. But yeah, they've mostly spent two mega arcs with Dressrosa and Whole Cake Island separate from each other, so not much chance of being. Not much chance of interacting with one another. But yeah, but at least this means that. Let's see, but at least now we're getting to see them interact and all that stuff. So there's that. And I do like how we see Momonosuke's attempts of trying to, let's see, summon the flame clouds, and he's managed to summon three, though it might not be enough. It's he going back and forth. I can't do this. So showing his still child mentality and all that stuff. So yeah. I do like how we see that Yamato being a bit realistic, realizing that if Momonosuke can prevent the tragedy and all that stuff from happening, she can try and at least minimize the damage, if you will, by trying to remove all the explosions and all that stuff. And we end up getting to see her, let's see, full-on dog form and all that stuff. And I believe some of the Law's pirate crew. I'm still can't figure out whether or not they actually, the ones from down below and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a nice design. It kind of reminds me of like a fox, maybe a wolf, really, but maybe a mix of both. But yeah. So there's that. But anyway, the main highlight of this chapter is, of course, Sanji versus Queen, as we get to see more of this fight. Seems a bit fitting since last chapter we got a bit of Zoro versus King. Now we're seeing Sanji versus Queen. And as to differentiate, we see a bit more of a goofy side to this fight, as Sanji and Queen are a bit more goofier characters compared to the more serious Zoro and King, if you will. So it's a nice, combination. So it's a nice contrast between the two, because even though they're both we're both sides, they're like the two strongest fighters under like their captain's command, if you will, and all that stuff. So yeah, I do like how Queen is just like really wants to see Sanji's raid suit, and he's like, I don't want to show, I don't want to use that suit, and he's like, doesn't want to be associated with Germa 66, even though that's really all Queen sees as Sanji. So yeah. And all that stuff. So there we go. And I do like how, I do like how some of the attacks seem to be like food or cooking base related, such as flying pan, which I think that'd probably be more Sanji's thing, though. Granted, Queen did use a thing called coffee beam, but so who knows? But yeah, but Sanji we definitely know has the grow shot and all that stuff. Anyway. Like I said earlier, my favorite part of this chapter was definitely the arms and legs detaching from the body into a snake mode, and you're getting the beast. You're getting like all the samurai. With like samurai allies, and Sanji going like, "What?" or "That's how it works." Is that how it works and all that stuff? Because it's like, this is so ridiculous. As far as I know, the Brachiosaurus could not do this, though. But yeah, this is just, and this is another dinosaur that Oda is making do these ridiculous things in the world of One Piece with with Frankie's fight, how, Saki was able to have a helicopter Triceratops, and I think another dinosaur also did something ridiculous, but I can't recall which, but yeah, Oda likes making ridiculous body detachments and body quirks with the dinosaurs from the looks of things. So it's pretty funny and all that stuff. So yeah, Oda's comedy is just brilliant and all that stuff. But yeah, I do like how and we get further comedy where like Queen has modified his main body from his tail and neck or snake mode, where the body is just on the rocket launchers, and when he says its name, it fires on him, damaging himself, showing just how much of a goof Queen is, and he gets so angry that it happens again. I like how how Sanji is able to escape his squeeze, because otherwise he would have been crushed. But yeah. I do like how, this chapter shows us that Sanji, seems to be his body is being modified into that of his siblings. The enhanced human. I'm trying to think what it was. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me just get the One Piece wiki up so I can But yeah. His siblings' abilities, which I think it's the modified humans, as you will. So yeah. So as his bones were all his bones were broken and all that stuff, and then suddenly he's recovered and all that stuff, showing the superhuman strength that those bodies has and all that stuff. And further proof with Queen and the sword breaking, Granted, I don't think the sword was done in hockey. I'm curious to see if, like, if a hockey sword would break from that. But I don't think it would be the case. So, but yeah, it's Ritzy strong. Sanji's body's been strong enough to now break a normal sword and all that stuff. So yeah, I do like how Queen is no one now shocked and all that stuff. Though maybe not in the comedic way, but I do like how Sanji is like, no, I don't want to turn into a monster like his siblings because as a result of being modified humans, they lost all their emotions and all their kindness and all that stuff, and they became a bunch of scumbags, if you will. Let's see. But yeah, it seems like Sanji is fully becoming like his siblings, though I'm pretty certain that he's probably going to keep his humanity and all that stuff. But yeah. But if we ever do see Sanji's family again, I'm very curious to see if they see Sanji's now modified human body and how they comment on that and all that stuff. Probably some jokes about him being a late bloomer or something, but yeah. Overall, it's a pretty good chapter. We got an update. We see that the world government is starting to make their move and either try and get Wano to join, the world government, or at the very least, if Kaido loses, even though they doubt it, and to capture Nico Robin because she's the key to all. The key to finding One Piece, which neither side can afford to lose and all that stuff. As we see Beast Pirates still trying to capture Nico Robin and all that stuff. We end up seeing, Yamato's dog form, her Devil Fruit's, full-on animal form as she's trying to go and find the bombs and disarm and all that stuff, showing what role she's doing in the series now. And of course, the funny comedic fight between Sanji versus Queen with a snake mode and all that stuff, and Queen being shot by himself, everyone being shocked by this, and more proof that Sanji's body is becoming more like his siblings and all that stuff. So more hype to this fight as we're seeing that Sanji's getting a power-up. Granted, I think some people might be disappointed that Sanji is not remaining as a normal human to show, look how strong he is, but in contrast with that, but at the very least, we're seeing Sanji is becoming who's strong in his, is getting a sort of increase in strength in a different way to Zoro at the very least. So overall, I give this chapter a 9 out of 10, maybe a 9.5. And I look forward to seeing what the unofficial and then what the next chapter is. Be it, granted, I probably should read the official one first if you can. Viz always does it on Sunday, so go read that. And then if you can, either buy the volumes or box sets or online purchases and all that stuff. Overall, I am Blue Star Saber, and now I am signing off. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining me.